Today I have for you some more weightlifting derivatives. These ones in particular I really like to transfer to combat sports. They are the muscle snatch and muscle clean. And today I've got my wife Mona. She's a Commonwealth medalist in Olympic weightlifting, African champion, and a whole host of other achievements within the sport to show you how to do these. But first, why do the muscle snatch and the muscle clean over, say, the power clean and power snatch? Now, you may not replace those exercises with these, but these are good variations that you can use instead of those in certain training cycles. And the reason I like them is the first one is they're less technical than the power snatch and power clean. They're easier to do for a beginner who's not familiar with these lifts. There are less degrees of freedom and less things you need to know to get these done right. The second thing is being able to transfer force from the feet through to the hands. Obviously, we know that's important within striking sports, grappling sports, and even MMA. And the ability to transfer that momentum from the feet all the way punching through the hands with the muscle snatch, and same thing with the muscle clean. And then thirdly, we have the violent hip extension. And to be able to do these lifts successfully, you need to be able to get the hips in fast to propel the bar vertically. And that transfers well to all you grappling artists out there, MMA athletes. We're looking to finish mat returns if you've got someone's back. One of the other benefits, depending on how you do this, is grip strength. You can do the muscle snatch and muscle clean without a hook grip. If you're not used to hook grip, you probably do that anyway, and that's going to strengthen the grip. Perfect for MMA and grappling. Now, would I prescribe these for striking athletes? Yes and no, it depends. I prefer a lot of the Olympic lifting variations for grapplers MMA. Striking athletes may use these to improve hip strength and power, but there are other movements you can also do that too that are a little less complicated and may not aggravate any shoulder or any issues you have there. So first I'm going to get Mona to demonstrate the muscle snatch, and we'll run through some of the key technical points. So as you can see, she's pushing through the legs, and that violent hip extension comes as she punches the bar overhead. You'll find you still get a lot of the same speed as you will with the power variation, but the legs don't rebend under the bar. So what you'll see there, the legs straighten and they don't rebend. Within a power snatch or power clean, you'll come up to extension and you'll rebend the legs. These ones, the legs stay straight. It's just about getting that violent hip extension to propel the barbell vertically. Now, typically you will make contact with the hips with the muscle snatch. It'll help you use heavier loads and it'll make the hip extension more violent. But again, when you make contact with the hips, you don't want the bar to shoot out in front. It's going to come straight up. Now, Mona did the version with no contact. She has a C-section scar there from our baby only 3 months ago, so she avoided making contact with the hips. But that is another variation you can use, but making contact with the hips is definitely preferable. So now we have the muscle clean. Typically, I prefer to prescribe the muscle snatch. The muscle snatch doesn't require the same mobility that the muscle clean does. That front rack position can be uncomfortable, especially for combat athletes who have wrist, elbow, shoulder problems. So use this at your discretion. Typically use the muscle snatch, but the muscle clean can be a different variation you use. It allows you to use heavier loads because you don't need to get it overhead. It's only going to your shoulders. Now the difference will be, as Mona will show now, is the bar will make contact with your hips, but it will make contact brushing up your legs. And that's how you're going to get that vertical propulsion with the hips coming forward. So the bar remains straight. It doesn't kick out. You're not kicking the hips forward. You're brushing the bar up the thighs, pushing with your legs, and then a big shrug and turning the bar over onto your shoulders. As you can see, it does require a bit more mobility to perform that versus the muscle snatch. Now, where in your program would you use something like this? These are typically best used at the beginning of your session. So you might perform your general warm-up. You might do some of your body weight, power, or plyometric exercises. This could be things like box jumps, pogos, etc. Then you'd move on to something like muscle snatch or muscle clean. And this would be considered your full body power exercise. It's loaded and it's fast. And then you'd move on to your heavier strength training exercises. Regarding sets and reps, you're looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 to 5 sets. And then you're looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 reps, depending. 3 reps tends to be the sweet spot with these muscle exercises when we're talking about strength and power. You also don't have to do this from the floor. As you can see, Mona here is doing them from the blocks here, obviously with smaller plates, so it's like going from the floor, but you can do them elevated on blocks. You can do them from the hang just above the knee. These are all different things you can use to emphasize different parts of the lift. Going from the floor is nice though, because you get that full range pushing with the legs, especially if you are a grappler or MMA athlete. I think that works well. If you don't want to perform the catch on these movements, for example, with the muscle clean or the muscle snatch, you can see my other videos where I show you the hang clean hyper or the hang clean pull. These are variations that are even easier than these ones because you don't have the catch phase. It's only a small part of the movement, but these muscle variations have advantages over those, having to connect what you're producing with your feet through the floor through to your hands. Within your training cycle regarding how close you are to a fight, honestly, you can use these throughout your whole training cycle, further away from a fight or going towards fight, depending how you like the exercise. If you find that it works well for you, you can use it throughout, or you can cycle it out and you can use it just during your fight build-up if it transfers well. If it doesn't, it can be more of a general exercise for you and you can use it further away from a fight. But if you go down in the description as well, there's a link to the Sweet Science of Fighting Underground. You get access to all the training programs, you get access to the private Discord community and all the online courses within there. Like, subscribe, share it with all your friends, help get these videos out to the masses.